there's people have different motives to do something, and if once you know their motives,
you said benefit to gain, risk, cost to avoid. What is this sentence? Benefit to gain. Okay, benefit to risk.
Benefits to gain, risks.
Benefit to gain, cut, risks, cut, cost to avoid.
Yeah. Right.
Benefit to gain, and risks and cost to avoid.
Right. So those. Basically, this is a numeration. So what is on their mind? Basically, these are all the things that you want to consider. So positions, interest, personal interest. So what is that person's personal interest? His personal interest could be that I don't want to involve my boss in this deal, or I want to show to my boss that I can make 4 million, or I will be able to actually get my sales bonus if I sell this car for 4 million. If I sell it for less, I will lose my bonus, for example. That's a personal interest. That's very important to realize, because if you can satisfy
sellers.
If you as a customer know that actually this person needs 4 million in order to make his monthly target, you can think, okay.
Risk?
No. I'm talking about the second point, personal interest.
Personal interest.
Personal interest. So if you are a buyer, right, and you know that it's almost the end of the month, and the salesperson is insisting on 4 million, and you realize that actually, why is this 4 million so important to him? Well, actually, he needs another 4 million revenue this month, then he will make his sales target, right? So for him, 4 million is very important. If you know that as a buyer, you say, okay, I'm willing to buy this car for 4 million with financing, with warranty, with a car stereo, with air conditioning, with a metallic, with this, that, and the other.
You're mixing buyer sellers message, recognition, promotion.
Yeah, forget about buyer sellers. I'm talking about negotiation.
Okay.
So this is, for example, personal interest is if you are a buyer and you realize that the seller has a very strong interest in making the price, the 4 million. What you can do is say, okay, well, I'm going to buy this car for 4 million, but I want to have financing, I want to have car stereo, I want to have this engine, I want to have this option, that option, and then I buy it for 4 million. The seller is happy, not because his company made a good deal, because he made his bonus. He will get a bonus because he sold it for 4 million, and you are happy because you have a lot of value for 4 million.
My question is different. Personal interest. What recognition mean?
For example, if the person has a very big ego as a salesperson, he will not be prepared to actually drop the price below 4 million because his colleagues might feel that he's a loser, that he lost the negotiation from this customer. So if he wants to be recognized as, you feel that it's very important that this person will take the 4 million as his personal value, then you can keep that and let that person have that recognition and say, okay, well, if he's not willing to budge on the 4 million, why am I not going to nibble on other things that he's going to offer? So that is the person versus the company that he's representing. So you need to look at what is the interest of the company, but also what is the person.
He wants to recognize more higher.
So he wants to show what a good negotiator is. For example.
What about promotion? Is higher ranking?
So he will be promoted.
Status?
Right, so status as a so for example, I want to be included.
In this company?
No, the person has a certain status, so he basically you want to include him in the decision-making process, so he feels important, for example.
So status in his company,
right?
What is the commission with certain level of amount you can get?
If you are a car salesman, for example, status. If you're a car salesman and then a couple comes in, there is the tendency of a lot of salespeople to talk to the husband, right? But it might be the wife might have a very big saying in the ultimate decision making. If you realize this as a salesman, talk to the woman. Talk to the woman and ask her, so what's important for you in the car? She will feel included, and her status as the decision maker will be known, and she will be much more inclined to say yes to the purchase.
But what is mean commission? Usually commission is he can sell a car, he can get 5%.
Right, commission, exactly. My sales commission. So will this person get a
Did
commission?
you say the wife or something? What does it mean?
No, this is different status. I'm talking about status. Can you just follow the slides? You're jumping from left to right to back and forth. It's really like, it's very difficult.
Okay, status. What the wife said? What?
Status is the personal interest. We're talking about personal interest, right? So this person, for this person's status is
Or
important.
he get a status because of his wife appreciated him. What do you say, wife?
So status in this in this example, I say, okay, the wife has actually an important decision-making role. But if you do not recognize her as a salesperson, what almost always happens for car salesmen, right? When a couple comes into the showroom, they talk to the husband because, right? But actually, if the car salesman is smart and he realizes that when they get home, the woman will start to nag about the car and it's too expensive and a good salesman will look at the status as this woman as his wife and as an important decision maker, and he will not only talk to the husband but also to the wife and ask what is important for you.
It's a different meaning compared with the formative recognition from
Yes, that's why I put it separately on the slide. Yeah.
Status means actually the food buyer status.
Who's the buyer, but also somebody wants to be appreciated, wants to be recognized, feels it's important that they are included in the decision. Usually it's wife. Right. Yeah.
Status.
Right. Right.
Not you.
Sometimes also you have a boss, somebody who is a boss, who is actually completely incompetent, but it's very important to ask for permission because
you say status.
Yes, status.
Oh, okay, commission to commission, right?
Commission is commission. Yeah.
Usually American car salesman, they got commission.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Not Japan.
They don't get commission?
No.
Serious?
I don't think so. No, right? Japanese car salesman, they don't get commission, right?
They don't get commission? Salespeople?
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, fixed fee, fixed salary.
That's terrible.
This is normal.
No, actually,
How
salespeople.
much percent they got?
A lot. Actually, sales salary is supposed to be low, and the flexible salary, the bonus, the commission is
really?
very high. Yeah.
How much percentage?
Well, that depends a little bit on the salesman.
Okay.
And but confident salespeople are willing to take a low salary as long as they get good commission. My father was a salesperson, and
Did well?
he did way too well. That's why he changed jobs so often, because his employer didn't want to pay the commission. It was too high. He said, yeah, but I cannot pay you this money. You earn much more than I do. Yeah, well, this was the deal. So he would always quit over that.
Japan is we don't kind of commissions.
Even salespeople.
No.
Wow. Yeah, well, actually, I think that this is also, we need this. Well, it's culture, no? It's culture, but we believe that people sell much better if they get commission, if they have a personal interest in making the sale.
Like whenever negotiation or we try to introduction, we don't kind of sort of we do not have a custom to get money from intermediately. Japanese don't like that. So whenever I try to doing kind of business, it's a little bit difficult to get money from both parties.
So that is, but that also explains why sometimes it seems like the salesperson doesn't really want to sell it. Is only thinking to be compliant with his employer, and is not interested in actually selling me anything. It's sometimes I feel it's more interested. It's more important to the salesperson that he does everything exactly to the book than that he's actually making the sale.
Okay, non-Japanese people, whenever I try to introduce business or I try to intermediately both parties, and they don't mind. I'm going to get 5% or 10% doing business, but Japanese companies, they don't like it. If I'm going to tell them they don't like it. They don't want to pay for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then don't pay. Then I will not be intermediary.
Exactly. This is Japanese is I don't know, very honest or
Catchy.
yes, very right. How to say stingy?
Yeah. Because you create an opportunity for them to make money, did you?
They don't want to do that. And if I dare to say just only introduction 5% fees, very small amount, but not more than that. They don't like it.
Short-minded, short-sighted.
Exactly. So this is just the reason. Basic Japanese like commission system. So Japanese is company growth is throwing, and Japanese company they're conservative. This is behind scenes some difficult situation they have. By the way, what a peace of mind.
To be anshin.
What mean anshin?
Personal interest is anshin. So if I realize that this person, this customer, is very much into anshin, then I can sell. Even though he only wants to buy 2 million, I can.
Peace of mind if I am going to buy from you.
Yeah, so basically, I will give you. So I can sell you this car, but actually, I will give you warranty on top of it. If I know that his personal interest is peace of mind.
Okay, this all issues is only for buyers, not sellers. Oh no, sellers.
No,
not buyers.
no.
Buyers, personal interest.
Buyer, no. It's for sellers and buyers, because I can give you the same example.
This is sellers.
No.
Interest.
Because I, for example, if as a seller, I can say, okay, if I am a buyer and I want to persuade you to sell me a car that I cannot afford, then I can actually say, okay, no, I don't want to do that. You need to pay me right. You need to pay me this money right now. So for 4 million for this car. I said, well, I don't have 4 million, but I can give you financing. Then so I'm asking for financing. He said, well, no, I can't do that. That's just too risky, because if you don't have the money, who guarantees that you have the money in the future? I said, well, okay, if that is so important for you, then maybe I can make a down payment. I can pay half right now and only financing for half, reducing your peace of mind. So if that is important for you, peace of mind, I can still have financing, giving you more peace of mind. So I need to work on those, on that driver, on that interest that you have, in order to settle your personal peace of mind.
Explain for me the partner interest at the aspect of buyer. This is the sellers, right?
Personal, no, it's for everybody. That it doesn't matter.
No. My question is recognition, promotion.
For the buyer.
Seller.
What?
Seller.
No. Okay, so who am I? What do I need to? What example do you want?
All line is for seller.
No, not at all.
Buyer.
No, I just gave you an example for the customer, the status, the wife of the car buyer.
Oh, status might be buyer.
Right.
The other is seller.
Recognition is for example, recognition. I need to if I know that you have a very big ego, I will always address you with sacho. I will always address you with sacho, or I will say, well, a person of your position, you cannot. Basically, I can sell you this car, but actually, a person that has your status in business, I think you should drive a Mercedes. Don't you agree? Because you want to have recognition, you want to be recognized as an important person. Though, even though you have the position that I don't want to spend more than 3 million. I say, well, yeah, but how about
the seller's recognition?
recognition. For example, I know that he wants to be recognized as a good negotiator. So I'm going to agree with everything that I know that he is. So, for example, he wants to win on the price. He wants to win on getting the 4 million for that car. Okay, that's fine. If I realize that this person wants to be recognized for his negotiation skills, I'm going to give him this 4 million. But I'm going to get financing and all kinds of extras on the car because I know that that is not important for him. He wants to win on the 4 million. I'm going to give him the 4 million that he wants. But at the same time, I'm going to use his need to win and negotiate on all kinds of extra things like warranty, options, and all the other things. It works both ways. It's not just buyer or seller. It's just you need to look at what is important for people, and what is important for them. I give them, and I focus on getting what is not important to them but important to me.
What is the seller is recognized?
The seller recognize this. So as a buyer, so I just gave you the example.
Buyer understand, okay, I recognize as present. But sellers, what is the point of recognition?
The point of recognition.
Yeah.
So if I want, no, just what I just gave you, the example of the person, the seller wants to be recognized as a good negotiator. Right? The buyer wants to be recognized as the sacho of a company.
Good negotiator.
Yes.
I want to be recognized as good negotiator.
Yes. So for him, it's important that he's recognized as a good negotiator. That means that I am going to give him the price that he wants.
Promotion is only seller, right?
Promotion is only seller, but we are talking about cars here. We can talk about this, for example, two companies that are negotiating, and both are negotiating. And if the negotiation goes well, the negotiator will get a promotion, or this negotiator will get a promotion. They both get a promotion, so they need to make a good deal.
Employees.
So this is just an example, car salesman and car buyer, but this can be in any business context.
Okay.